Hello and welcome back to the Furry Presidential Podcast. I'm here with my partner in love and in life, Link Labrador. And my name is Neil Fox, the president of time and space at Link Labrador.
Hello, I'm Link Labrador. I am the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces of the People's Republic of Time and Space.
The People's Republic of Time and Space. Sounds like something Kim Jong-un would say. I love it.
Guys, we're still working out the naming convention of the Army of Time and Space. But
yes. I love it.
That leads into our next our topic of the day.
Yes.
Planetside, my pride and joy, my favorite game. There is, mainly because there's 100 million things you can do, and you can fly giant ships, as well as drive giant fuck-off tanks, and command hundreds of people to blow shit up. It's lovely.
Yes! So, for someone who has never heard of Planetside before, for someone listening who is like, Planetside? What's that? Is it the side of a planet? Explain what it is for a beginner.
For a beginner, it is a MMO, RPG, RTS. So it is a role-playing game, it is a first-person shooter, and it is a real-time strategy.
Oh, wow. Those typically don't go together.
They do not, because this is the only game of its kind.
Wow.
Basically.
Okay.
Other games like World of Warcraft have thrown in elements of real-time strategy, but this is the only dedicated thing I have ever seen.
Okay.
And there's only 2 Planetside. Planetside Arena does not exist. Don't bother looking for it.
Okay. So, from what I understand from what you've said, what attracts you to keep playing Planetside is the community, right?
Oh, yes. I'm in one of the larger and better organized communities there are. It is called Sokar's Legion. I also have friends in other outfits as well. Mm-hmm. The guilds are called outfits in this game.
Okay. So what are the guilds in the game?
The primary one is Sokar's Legion, VCATS, IVS. I can't remember what it stands for. And then there's another one, VSTD. They're kind of small.
Okay.
I don't really know much about them. They're not really that significant, so.
Okay. So, for somebody who's interested in starting to play, how would they get started? I've never played. I'm not much of a gamer myself. Yeah. I play games more like Nintendo games, stuff like that. Real-time strategy is kind of fast for me. So, for somebody who's a beginner, for somebody who is just getting started, what would they do first?
The first thing you would do would just be my recommendation for anyone just starting new who doesn't know what's going on. I would join a public platoon. I would look for the moniker SKL, because they take on new people, and they're one of the easiest outfits to start you on your journey.
Okay. So you would create a character and then join a public game.
Yes.
That says SKL in the title.
Yes, and the character that you would the character that you would create to get on SKL, you would join Vanu, the Vanu sovereignty. Okay. There's also the Terran Republic. And there is the New Conglomerate. All of them have outfits that are worth joining.
Okay.
If you just want to be frat bros, go join the TR. No, okay. Seriously, just go join the Terran Republic. Go be a frat bro.
A frat bro? That's funny.
They act as though they just want to have a good time. They're the kind of guys that's like, you want to have some beers with, go play some Halo. They play it like Halo. They don't really care. They play it like Halo. They play it, half the time. So, frat bro, TR. Well, something in the middle, kind of sort of, if you want to play something in the middle, something mid-range, go join the NC. Mm-hmm. They have a few decent outfits. Okay. One of my personal favorite would be Whiskey Stormcore. Okay. They're a mid-tier outfit. They're not bad. They're pretty good. They're more than willing to help you, learn a little bit and whatnot. And then we have just the VS. The VS has some of the best communication, has some of the best officers and officer training that you can possibly find. If you're looking for, information in general, SKL has a fantastic Discord service.
Yeah. How would they find it? Well, I'm assuming we can link to it in the episode description.
Absolutely, we can link to it in the description.
Okay, got it.
But the description, the link is just look up Sokar's Legion on Google, and it's the first Google result.
Okay, easy enough.
Sokar's Legion has about 4,000-ish members, give or take, and about 1,000 plus active members at any given time within the Discord itself.
Wow. Okay.
And in game, we average about 100 active members depending on the day.
Wow. Okay. So, for somebody who's not familiar with the gameplay, what are some of the different things you can do in the game? Like, if somebody's like, oh, I love Call of Duty, I want to blow shit up with tanks, I assume they can do that,
yes,
since I've seen you do
can.
that. Yep.
Yes. Now, the ideal thing to do is, you're kind of your own personal Rambo, a little bit. You can be the hero. There are definitely instances that you can be the hero.
Okay.
But primarily, it's work with your squad, work with the people around you, and work together to achieve the goal. Because you're gonna die a lot.
Right.
And one other thing that I would recommend for new players is dying isn't a bad thing. Dying in the game is part of the game. It's actually built into the lore that everyone's immortal.
Okay.
Everyone's just some nanobot clone or something. Again, the lore is written really weirdly. It's kind of like half-baked science. It's really half-baked science. Lore doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, the vehicles you could just pull out of thin air. It's kind of funny. My understanding it's like nanites or something.
Yeah, it's all built by nanobots. You're built of a nanobot.
Sure. It's the Force. Whatever.
Exactly, the Force. Nanobots.
That's funny. So, what are some of the different playstyles that you can do?
I prefer the medic playstyle of just be a medic, be the support. I have an engineer right now that carries around an assault LMG. My medic is just an LMG wielding badass.
So, work with your squad.
Yeah.
Kill the enemy players.
Yep.
Take territory.
Capture points.
Okay.
And use your head. Say if there's a piece of terrain that you can use to your advantage. The game rewards creativity. It also rewards out of the box thinking.
Okay.
Because if you have an aircraft and you pack it full of people, you can fly over an enemy position and just drop C4 on their heads and explode them.
Awesome.
Or one of my favorite, one of the leaders that I worked with quite a while ago, he built 100 outfits and had something like 200 orbital strikes.
Jesus.
At any given time. He could basically go, that thing, it's gone now.
And orbital strikes are like a satellite nuking the Earth, basically.
Yes. Okay. Think what they did in Invincible.
Okay.
Have you guys seen that show when they tried to kill Invincible? Or Invincible's father? Omni-Man. When they tried to kill Omni-Man with an orbital strike.
Jesus. Wow.
It's just a pocket nuke. It's great.
Jesus.
You also have construction building. You can build various bases, build defensive positions, and play more of a turtle style.
What is a turtle style?
In the RPG, in the RTS world, there's building tall and then building wide.
Okay.
Building tall is basically you just build an armored shell around what you're trying to defend. Building wide has its benefits, but it also has its downfalls as well.
Oh, okay.
In Planetside, you want to be able to gauge enemy strengths, enemy weaknesses, and then figure out a way to deal with the enemy strengths while minimizing your own weaknesses.
Right. Okay.
Such as if you're running armor of some sort, if you know that you're outgunned, run your tanks in an ambush fashion. You know, hit and run.
Got it.
And if you're really outgunned, run away. The option to run away. If there's 100 guys in front of you, you can try and fight them with 40.
Right.
You can try. You're eventually going to be overrun.
Okay. Well, and from what I understand, you have different play styles of like hardcore and casual.
Yes.
And those would be in the names of the squads, right?
They're more or less in the... Not so much the names of the squads. That is a good indicator. That is an okay indicator.
Okay.
But a better indicator is what the outfit is known for. An older outfit, such as, for example, AODR. Again, that's just what they're known. It's an acronym for something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it is.
Yep.
But everyone just calls them AODR.
Okay.
Or if the outfit's called Two Wrath. Those are both pretty high skill outfits that have been around a real long time, and they are much better at coordinating and operations, coordinating and taking points, but they're not very new player friendly, for example.
Got it.
As opposed to VCAT, which is a little more new player friendly, but again, you have to wait about 6 months before they even think about letting you run any of their platoons, because they do things their own way.
Right.
And then there's other outfits that exclusively use TeamSpeak.
Okay.
Their old Arma 3 or their old Arma players that just migrated over.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's see.
So what would be, there's so many different games on Steam.
Yes.
So how much, what are some of the things that draw you to Planetside? Like, the community is one.
The community, the fact that there isn't, set storylines.
Oh, okay.
It's not like, you have a, Cyberpunk. Well, the main story's finished, and all these side quests are finished. Okay, the game's over. As opposed to Planetside. Well, that task is finished.
Right.
It's about the destination. It's about the journey, too. The thing.
Right.
Because, you can learn how to win every single time and be amazing and perfect and blah, 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 all that jazz. And you can just be amazing and perfect, but that is one facet. Right. Another facet is simply the community.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we will take a short commercial break, and we will be right back. And we are back with our episode about Planetside 2.
Yes.
So,
we are.
Here's my next question.
Okay.
For somebody who's new to the game,
Yep.
how much does it cost to get started?
It doesn't cost $1.
Does it
The
cost
game-
$1?
The game's free.
Oh, okay. Well, what type of... I assume it's with, like, in transactions in the game. So, what... but most new players don't need to purchase any of those?
No.
Oh.
Actually, all the stuff that... outside of the cosmetic weapons,
Mm-hmm.
virtually everything that you can get in the game, you can earn
Oh, okay.
through merit, through certifications, which... There is an option to buy everything in cash. That just simply unlocks everything
Mm-hmm.
for all the factions and whatnot.
Right.
Sometimes it's worth it, depending on exactly your play style, and depends on how many outfits you're in, and depends on this and that. But if you're just running the typical 2 or 3 characters,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really have to buy anything right away.
Okay.
At some point, you probably are, but that's just because, oh, you want that gun that has flames on it? Yes!
Right. It's mostly cosmetic upgrades.
Yeah.
Then. Okay. Nice. That's good.
On the other hand, the cosmetic stuff does have slightly different perks,
Mm-hmm.
but there are a handful of them, and you don't really need them unless you really, really, really want to go stab a tank to death with a knife.
Oh, jeez. You can do that?
Yes.
Jesus.
That's an $80 knife, basically.
Jesus. That's funny.
That's an anti-tank knife.
An anti-tank knife.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, so somebody has created their character.
Yep.
They've joined a SKL Discord.
Yep.
Or they've joined the SKL Discord.
Yep.
What's their next step?
Well, their next step in the Discord would be interact with the Discord as you would with any other Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Or alternatively, you go interact with the game itself, go join a public platoon, and ask questions.
Well, and my understanding is that SKL has a lot of training that they do, right?
They have a amazing amount of training.
Yeah.
There are still new things that I'm learning.
Wow.
A year and a half later, 2 years later.
Wow. Okay.
There's little things like you can rename all of your loadouts.
Okay.
One of the big things that come up all the time is you can pull vehicles directly from the map screen.
Okay.
There's other things you can do that aren't really talked about very much, as you can, with fire teams, you can put certain people into a fire team, and then you can lock that fire team. So,
What is a fire team?
it's just a small group. It's a small group in a squad within a platoon. It's a group of people that are inside a platoon in a subsect of a squad.
Okay.
So, if you got 3 people that work well together, you can actually lock it.
Ah.
So, their communications don't interrupt everyone else's communication.
Ah. Okay. Cool.
I don't use it very often, but I don't do that much micromanaging among my, I don't do that much micromanaging because I generally trust the people that actually work with me.
Right.
When I play, I attract the higher-ups usually.
Okay.
I attract a little bit of everyone. And I get those that want to be squad leader, I ask them and promote them to squad lead, and I'm like, okay. You asked to be a squad leader, and I know who you are. I trust you. If you see something, go do it.
Right.
Just go take care of it. Don't go, oh, can I go do it? It's like, hey, Chief, X, Y, and Z's dead. Great job.
Right.
Thank you.
So, something that I've heard you talk a lot about in relation to this game is an alert. What is an alert?
An alert is a reason to win.
A reason to win. Okay.
Because once the alert starts, that means that it's game on. Go time. Stop messing around and focus.
Okay. What is I assume there's like a prize for the winner?
First prize is a bunch of certifications. Second prize is slightly less certifications. Third prize is like a few certifications. Whatever.
Okay. So it's like a challenge for the players.
It's like the end. Think of it like a D&D campaign where it's the actual dungeon of the D&D campaign.
Ah.
Everything else is just overworld until the alert starts.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, and so here's another question. What are some of your favorite experiences that you've had playing Planetside?
One of my favorite experiences, I had a half platoon,
Okay.
which is 24 people.
Okay.
I managed to hold up the entire TR faction with
How many people?
like 100 plus.
Wow.
I held up an entire outfit
That's
for
awesome.
2 hours.
Jesus.
A couple of building constructions, and I'm going to go into which building constructions they are.
Okay.
The first one was a sky shield. It's just a giant umbrella that prevents things from falling on your head.
Okay.
And a couple of walls, which are just basic fortification walls.
Okay.
And a couple of anti-tank turrets. I had 3 of them.
Wow.
And I kept the enemy, I kept the TR at bay for over an hour. They got,
Wow.
I had I was in the Discord at the time. I was in a Discord call, and one of the people who was in the call was on the TR side, and because walls, whatever. And the leader of the TR was like, "There's a spy in here. I know there is. There's a spy. There's a spy. God damn it! I hate these guys. What's going on?" It's like, guys, he was completely losing his mind. It's great.
That's really funny.
Absolutely started losing his mind. And then, 5 months later or whatever, I'm like, I was telling a story. I'm like, that was you? I was there. That was you who did that? Yup.
That's awesome.
I'm like, well? It was very funny.
That does sound funny. Holding up over 100 guys with what, 24? You said?
Uh-huh.
Jesus, they must have been pissed.
They were so angry.
That's funny.
They were losing their minds.
Losing their minds.
So, other great experiences. I was hanging out with some buddies of mine on the Discord, and we were just bullshitting our way through the map.
Okay.
I was, a few beers in, everyone was a few beers in, and we were just doing dumb shit all day.
Okay.
It was great.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have... this is something that we've talked about before, but, you can play with, a serious play style.
Yes.
I'm gonna win. Or you can play with a more casual play style, which it sounds like that was more casual.
It was.
We're just having fun.
We were busy trying to run each other off the road with four-wheelers.
That's great.
We were trying to kill each other with four-wheelers that night. It was great.
That sounds like real life.
So, a few other things that you can do in the game, because it's an open world.
Okay.
It's open world. You can basically do whatever you want. If you want to run, if you really feel the urge, if you really feel like it, you can just do a death race around the entire map and see how many people get killed.
Oh my god. That's funny. Well, and another thing that you've mentioned before is the charity work with Extra Life, right?
Yes, that happened last year, and I need to see if the higher ups in SKL want to do another one. Mm-hmm. Because my partner and I, fun fact, we're working on getting our own 501c3. Mm-hmm. So, I gotta talk with higher ups and see if they're willing to, lend a hand, lend a paw for another charity event.
Yes, either for Extra Life or for Last Chance Corral
or Habitat for Humanity or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, I gotta.
Too bad Habitat for Humanity can't use nanobots to just build buildings.
Exactly, it'd be so much easier. Actually, a Habitat for Humanity campaign. What would that even look like?
What would the campaign look like?
Yeah, what would the charity campaign look like?
Well, how did you guys raise money in the game in the past?
That's a good question. I'd have to go over my notes, but I know that it was a combination of Daybreak Games.
Okay. Daybreak Games, the
owners,
people who
own
and develop
Planetside.
Right.
So that there was a much higher tier with a lot of moving parts, and I think it was like 20 different outfits.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the whole campaign managed to raise like 30,000 or 40,000 or some shit.
Wow. Well, my understanding is that they sold some like in-game items and stuff, right?
No, they didn't sell any in-game items, but what they did was they did sell some in-game items. SKL sold some in-game items, but they did it in a way that it was your donation would put you on a list of things that you're how to put this? A list of things and promises, such as you donate $100, you get to pull a bastion for the night.
Ah, okay. Cool. So yeah, and again, it's not about the stuff that you would get. It's about donating to the charity.
Exactly.
But yeah, being able to actually work with the developers to do something like that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do the developers work a lot with the community?
Yes and no. The developers have Rel, which is the community head.
Okay.
He runs all the Discord. He runs the he runs a official YouTube channel for Planetside. But Planetside has an internal community, basically an internal community council.
Oh, okay.
Of its own. It's something that not a lot of average players know about, and there's not that many players that know it exists. I'm friends with the higher-ups, so I know a little more than the average player.
Okay. So the Illuminati is real. Got it.
Basically, it's Planetside Illuminati.
That's funny.
Anyone can join, but you have to have, like, a reason to join, basically. You have to be X size, X population,
okay,
X pain in the ass.
That's great.
And there's a bunch of rules, such as you can only have 2 members, two votes, or 1 vote, or whatever. SKL is different because Rel just the one who created the outfit no longer exists. But he was one of the OGs and helped set the damn thing up, similar to Rick during the Council of Ricks.
Got it.
So he gets a bit.
It's the Citadel? Oh no!
Basically.
Oh my god.
And then we have the private Planetside servers. It's called Jaeger. And again, you have to know you either have to know one of the representatives within your outfit or be a representative yourself.
Okay.
But those exist at the higher levels.
Got it. So an average new player, they would be just like joining a platoon.
Yep.
And then the platoon leader would be on the internal game chat or the voice chat and just telling them what to do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they'd be like, go to this point and shoot the purple,
basically,
or the red or the blue or whatever.
Okay, guys, I need you to go to... Okay, guys. I need us to pull Valkyries from West Pass, and I need us to drop in on Amp Station, on Cobalt Geological.
Okay.
And I need you to hold a point, basically.
Got it.
So
and Valkyries are what?
Transport vehicles.
Okay. And go and hold the point. Okay,
Yes.
got it. Okay,
Basically, like he said, I need you guys to do X, Y, and Z.
Okay, cool. And so how does one, like if they're interested in leading a platoon, how do they do that?
Ask for permission to get one of the squad leads or platoon leaders.
Okay.
Platoon leads. Usually the option to become a platoon leader comes up when the old platoon leader just wants to, go do something else with this egg. And he passes the platoon off via request. That's how it works for SKL. Some outfits don't do that. Other outfits are kind of just frat bro-y and they're not really led anyway.
Oh.
So there's kind of no point in the leading a TR outfit.
Right.
Assuming you can get past the racial slurs, but
Jesus.
not exactly.
Just a winning endorsement for the TR faction, absolutely.
Yeah, they're frat bros.
Got it.
Just straight frat bros. Think Call of Duty. Just think a bunch of Call of Duty. Just think a bunch of middle school Call of Duty players.
Middle school? Oh, God.
They're not very mature.
That's funny.
SKL is very mature and has quite a few adults just in it. They're just adults and people that are actually looking to have a good time without being way over the top.
Yeah, people aren't just looking to troll. People who are looking to actually play the game and play it well.
Exactly. And
Makes sense.
it amazes me. SKL and the Vanu and SKL get so much flack and they get so much hate
No.
because we just want to play the game well.
That's funny. How dare you actually want to play the game well? How dare you?
Exactly. How dare we play the game well? How dare we communicate with each other? How dare we be able to sit there and formulate a plan then execute it?
Oh my God. Impossible.
Meanwhile, you got the Mill Sims on the NC going, we got this, we got this. We got eight of us. We can take this.
Oh my God.
And they can, because they have the best equipment in the game.
Fair enough, fair enough.
With mid-tier players, best equipment in the game. Worst guns in the game, we still win.
Wow. So, we've talked a lot about this game.
Yep.
Talked about how you can get started.
Yep.
Talked about the different factions and how to join a platoon, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Is there anything else that a new player would need to know?
Oh, geez. A new player would need to know a lot of things.
Such as?
Humility.
Humility.
To ask questions.
Sure.
That's one of the biggest assets in Planetside, is being willing to say, I don't know what this is. I'm going to ask a question about it. There is no such thing as a bad question or a wrong question.
Okay.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
So anyone who's new to the game, ask questions, reach out to those willing to learn and teach.
Sure.
That would be my biggest piece of advice, without boring you with 100 billion pieces of jargon.
Right. Yeah, that's a fair. That's a good point, just for any new skill.
Yeah.
If you assume, I know exactly how to blow up the Russians in Call of Duty, so I know exactly how to play this. Well, no, you have to have a certain level of humility to be able to learn a new game or a new skill.
Yes.
Makes sense.
that and leadership skills, you can learn how to lead people because you're leading people.
Yeah. Oh, I know that we've actually talked quite a bit about the different leadership skills that the SKL people have taught you.
Yes.
So there's a good example of what somebody... I'm sure a lot of the people listening to the podcast are relatively young. So, a lot of people in their late teens or early 20s are looking to learn leadership skills.
Yes. This world needs leaders, educators, scientists.
Absolutely.
We need to band together as one.
Yes.
If we are to defeat our enemy of global warming, climate crisis. Look at Ukraine. They've gotten their asses kicked for 6 months. Now they're about ready to take over Russia itself.
Jesus.
Yeah. Ukraine's band together under a common banner.
Right.
There is no need for division. Look at how much more you can accomplish if you work together. You don't need the greatest weapons in the game.
Right.
You don't need the greatest equipment. It will help,
right?
But it's not what's going to get you to that next level.
Exactly. Well, and that, I think, is an excellent place to finish off this episode.
I think so as well.
Well, thank you so much to everyone for listening. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. If you're listening on YouTube, give the video a like and a comment. And thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Peace out!
Boop!